What kind of race is this? They put themselves and their trucks on the line. Winner take all. Loser loses all. It's the biggest American motorsport. It's Monster Truckin' USA 2. With rigs like Rocky Mountain Thunder, the Frequent Flyer, Dangerous Toy, Explorer, High Voltage, Hot Stuff, Wizard, American Graffiti, Carolina Crusher, Danger Zone, Robo Shark, and the California Kid. They're all doing battle with 800-pound wheels and 1,500 horsepower big-inch V8s. When one of these babies gets airborne, you know it's gonna land hard. £12,000 of flying steel, landing on and crushing cars. That's the Monster Truck way. It's Monster Truckin' USA 2.
Hey, my name's Terry Woodcock and I'm in Bakersfield, California. I run out of Ed's 4x4 repair service in Bakersfield. I've got 3 monster trucks presently running the circuit, and I'm building a 4th and 5th truck. Also building a tank school bus for the children to ride in. And this truck right here is called a Frequent Flyer. It's Ford sponsored by Ed's and Pro Comp, also sponsored by Rewarder Headers. And it used to be called Dangerous Toy. I know a lot of people remember that truck. It was quite popular. Now we changed the body. All my trucks' bodies interchange. Takes about 20 to 25 minutes, and we can have any body on any truck. So it makes it pretty good for racing. When things change, you never know what's going to happen. We've been on our top, on our side. Everything that can happen will happen. And over this way, we have another truck. It's called the Wizard. Right now, we're getting ready to rename it. It's going to be the Explorer for Pro Comp. They're going to do some sponsorship for us out of 4-wheel parts wholesalers. This truck used to be called Dare America, and then it was called the Big Toy. Now it's called the Wizard. This truck's got cantilever front suspension, which doubles the shock travel in the front. On this one we have 28 inches, on the back we have 14, like the Frequent Flyer, which also has 14 front and rear. All my trucks have the fiberglass bodies. They're all tube frame, they're all coilover suspension, Clark Planetaries. They've all got rear engines, they're all center seat drive trucks.
Well, I don't know. I think jumping is like probably the greatest thrill that anybody could ever experience, because here you are, you've got all this space and it's below you, and ordinarily your body says don't jump.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's incredible. It's because your body has never experienced anything like that before. I mean, never. And it's just, you're going up, and if you're doing the crane one, you're going up, you're seeing everybody down there that's about to watch you do it getting smaller and smaller. You're watching the airbag getting smaller and smaller, and it's
and you continue to climb.
Right.
You go higher and higher and higher. This is not the kind of thing that people who have a fear of heights can do. There's a lot of fear definitely involved.
Right. You know, I mean, it's just funny how many people talk about doing it, and then they get there, they look at the crane, they look at, they watch somebody do it, and they said, maybe. Yeah, but it's, and that's the thing. Once you're up there, you're just looking at all these little tiny people.
But you can't back out because all those people are looking at you. And
right.
It's something you got to go through.
Once you're on the crane, man, there's no turning back.
And once you go through with it, boy, are you glad, because it is something that you have never experienced before. It's absolutely a pure adrenaline rush, and that's all it is. There's like that second of time where your body goes, uh-oh, you goofed, it's too late, you're gonna die, and then you feel the tug of the cord and you bounce back. It's something that everybody should experience at least once.
I was talking to this one guy who said when the first time he jumped, he like let go of the thing. He got the countdown. He let go, and he was at that second when your stomach drops off. He said he's like started flapping his arms. He thought,
but he's flying.
He thought he was gonna try to, because yeah, it's a natural response. Your body says that's it, you blew it, you're dead. But
and then there's the other thing too, where your body and your mind sometimes thinks that so many things could go wrong. You could hit the ground, the cord could break, you could hit your head on the platform. There's so many things that could go wrong if the equipment is just not up to par. That you really have to watch it. But once the equipment works and you work and it all happens, boy, there's just no other feeling like it.
Yeah, there've been accidents, but
and we're not necessarily even daredevils. We're just guys who like a little bit of a thrill. Daredevils, I think, like to present themselves with a measure of failures, to make it more of a 50-50 chance that you possibly could go wrong. But we're just exactly the opposite. We're so incredibly safety conscious that everything is checked out before, and do not do this if you're an amateur. You've got to really have it together in order to do this the right way.
And the people running the thing, I mean, if it was unsafe in any way, they wouldn't let you go.
Exactly.
They wouldn't even set up the crane. I mean,
because the thing that these people do not need is some kind of death hanging over their head. So everybody's really careful about it. So I don't, when people call us daredevils, it's like, nah, I don't think so, because we're not daring. We're not leaving anything to chance.
Yeah.
We're trying to make it as safe as possible. Because hey, we don't want to get busted up. We just want to have a little adrenaline rush, a little thrill.
And that's what it is, man. It is.
Just got to close your eyes and go. You just got to do it.
Now, I love monster truck events. My brother and I come down here as much as we can, to these things. We take our own personal trucks out here. Everything about them is extreme, and that's what, a good example is the loser's truck at a race. A lot of times they'll destroy it. They'll destroy the entire thing just for the crowd. It's that kind of audience participation, and they really get involved with it. And they do it differently every time. Like sometimes they'll take the loser's truck, the loser from the monster truck event, and they'll trash it with the other monster trucks. This particular event, my brother and I were racing our own personal trucks in, was a little bit different. And they took Muscle Beach up, the loser of the monster truck event, and they hoisted up the top of a crane and dropped it. I mean, it's just these wild kind of ideas, and it's really extreme. I mean, who would think of dropping like that thing weighs tons, and it's a real gas. I mean, we like to like go around and do a little off-road driving and stuff, and tell you the truth though, neither of us have got the money or a lot of the time to like get our trucks into like full race condition. So basically they're just he's got an old stock Chevy, like a 65, and I've got a Jeep, and we take him out to these things because it gives us a chance to go through a course, see what it's like, to drive these courses as fast as we can, get a little bit of competition in, and see what it's like to race under pressure in like a big arena, and to go through the whole rigmarole of filling out the forms and being in a race. And eventually, if we get more money and stuff, we start dumping into our cars, we'd like to keep doing it all the time and maybe do it full time. Maybe eventually get to the point where we'll get monster truck. Get a monster truck and start driving in circuits, around the country. But the events and the monster truck races are just fantastic because it's this broad spectrum appeal that they have to all kinds of people. You can come down here, with your friends, your family. Everybody can come down here and just hoot and holler and just like scream an egg on your favorite monster truck, or everybody's got somebody that's driving their own truck, when it comes time, for the personal course. And everybody can get involved, like cars, motorcycles, everything gets involved here, and it's really challenging. Yeah, the course, from a distance, you look at it and go, oh, it looks like a couple of hills. So that looks pretty easy. Well, you get on it, and it's not easy. If you drive it hard, you're usually going to wind up breaking something. Hopefully not yourself, but you'll wind up breaking something on your truck. My brother's truck broke an axle, and we found out after he got through the course. And it's not that uncommon. You find out that, like, in fact, I have a suspicion that a lot of the guys that come down here even try to wreck their trucks. And it's like they have this. They just keep pushing it a little bit harder each time, and you get a great thrill out of it. I mean, you hit these, you hit the course, and these bumps and these hills really hard, and before you know it, you're flying through the air and you're landing really hard, and you get a little used to that, and pretty soon, before you know it, you're doing it more and more, and sooner or later something breaks. And I think a lot of these guys come out here wanting to do that intentionally, because a lot of what they're bringing out here are old, beat up trucks that have been, second cars for a long time, and they've just been sitting around taking up space, and so they trash them. They'll lose a tranny. They'll wipe out the front end or something. It really doesn't matter to them, and they'll just want to push themselves and their truck to that point. And that's one of the really great things about it, because everybody in the stands is screaming and hollering and really egging everyone on to just keep getting more air, to keep getting higher on those jumps, to keep pushing it harder on the hill. And this is a great spirit. When my brother and I saw that the big monster truck, Muscle Beach, the loser of the race, fall on the crane, I mean, it was just incredible. There was this electricity that just went through the entire crowd. It just it can't even be described. And that's a really good example of the kind of things that would happen at monster truck events. This has got to be the only country in the world, the USA, that has got monster truck events. I can't imagine that they would have it in France, and I can't imagine any other country really getting into it or having the broad base support. And it's just fantastic. I mean, where else are they going to take a big, gigantic monster truck and waste it, drop it, and then everyone immediately comes up to these things and just checks them out and talks about them, and it's really exciting. There's it's just a great event that everyone can come down to, everyone can kind of participate in. And it's something that'll be going on for a long time. I think it's definitely part of the American car culture, and I'm going to be coming back for sure.
The tank, like I said, is a 1948 M4, and it's an old military surplus I got from back east. It'll have the van body on it, the school bus, and it's again sponsored by Ed's 4x4 along with everything I've got. It'll be the first tank I've ever had. I've had several monster trucks in the past. I've been involved in building 31 monster trucks to date and mud tractor tire trucks. We've been running out of Ed's for several years. Ed has a tractor tire 4x4 truck that won first place in a point series, and I had one that won second place in point series, so we're pretty proud about what we bring out of Ed's 4x4 repair. All our trucks do very well. I'm standing in front of RoboShark. It's my newest truck, just built January 7th of this year. RoboShark was kind of a new idea for me. I have a shark's head that I've been trying to build to make it actually look like the animal itself, with the teeth, the jaws. The mouth will open up with response to the throttle. RoboShark started out where I thought I would just cross a truck and an animal, a shark, as a machine. That's where the two names came together. RoboShark, like the other two trucks we looked at, is a tube frame, rear engine, coilover suspension, planetary truck with center seat driving. It's also got the exchangeable fiberglass body along with the other two trucks. Our new truck that we're building is a concept vehicle. It's completely a creature that really can't be described, but it's along the same lines as RoboShark. And the shark's head on RoboShark should be done probably March of this year. We're in one of the three shops that we use right now, and this is one of the fiberglass bodies for one of the two new trucks we're building. We have the concept truck, which is a creature, and we have a new Chevy S10 extended cab truck. Along here we also have two miniature trucks. They're the ones I spoke of with the 6'9" wheelbase that will have Dana 60 rear ends in them for front and rear steering, and it'll have rear engine, V6 in one and a V8 in the other. And in front of the two miniature trucks, you'll see part of the shark's head that I'm working on for RoboShark. When it gets done, it'll have fins, jaw, teeth, and the mouth will actually move opening and closing to expose the teeth to look like a real shark. That again is where our concept RoboShark came from. We want it to look like it's a shark that's coming out of a machine. But for me, it's very exciting. I love it. There's nothing in the world that feels better. It's a rush like you would not believe. It would be like being in a jet doing Mach 3, I imagine. It would be like taking off into space. It's great. It's a great feeling. Well, so for the future, monster truck racing is constantly getting more competitive. The trucks are getting lighter. The suspension is getting much more state-of-the-art. The trucks are just performing a lot better, handling a lot better. And my truck's very stable. I'm building some new miniature trucks, and I kind of see that as the future. Actually, the monster trucks will stay in, but they'll also be a sideshow of the miniature monster trucks, which are the ones with the 6'9" wheelbase, the Dana 60 front and rear steering, rear engine trucks that'll have about 1 horsepower for every 2 pounds. So it'll be a rather fast, wild ride.
How you got it?
The Bug, what an evil creature. I've had the Bug for several years. I used to race motorcycles. I raced mini bikes when I was 11, 12, 13. Then I got into motorcycles, into motocross. Then As soon as I was 16 years old, I was racing my car, some places I shouldn't have been racing, I suppose. And from there, it just kept going. I actually got into four-wheel drive kind of by accident. A friend of mine had rolled his four-wheel drive truck, and I had taken my two-wheel drive car off-road and tore the undercarriage out of it. So there it was. I bought his chassis, put it underneath my car, and had the first four-wheel drive 69 Dodge Charger. And then I thought, well, I'll come out to California and see what I can do with this, and continue to build them out here. And every time I've tried to do something else, I've always come back to it. It's something that's constantly on my mind that I love to do. It's an obsession, that bug.